We are immediately transported into intergalactic space with Captain America, get into battle with Conan the Barbarian, and marvel at the super feats of the Fantastic Four. Nowadays, comics are more than just jewels of the artist's mind. They also are good business, and Filipino artists are very much a part of this worldwide phenomenon.
For many of us who grew up reading comic books, we can remember turning those pages of colorful illustrations as we saw our favorite heroes and heroines coming to life in a world full of fantasy, mystery, and adventure. We talked with 3 comic illustrators and discovered how their artistic talents and creative abilities contribute to this rapidly growing industry of entertainment, and how comic book collecting is more popular than ever. At a recent comic book convention held in San Francisco, hundreds of fans of all ages stood in line for hours just to get autographs from some of their favorite comic illustrators. Many of these illustrators have come from all over the United States with their works of art.
Well, this convention is a pretty long line, but it's worth it to, you know, see all the artists and all the people who make the comics.
What are you in line for?
Signatures.
For who?
For, well, mainly Whilce, Portacio, Jim Lee, Chris Claremont, Bob Harris is there, Scott Williams.
How long have you been standing in line?
Probably what, 20 minutes, half hour? Yeah, about half an hour.
How long is it going to take before you get the signatures that you want?
An hour, probably. Yesterday was about 2 hours. Yeah, yesterday it took about 2 hours from about 20 feet back.
Who are you here to see?
Jim Lee, and I don't know. I'm just mainly here for Jim Lee and Whilce, Portacio.
A lot of these comic book collectors have come to see this artist, Whilce Portacio, a Filipino-American responsible for the elaborate and highly energetic science fiction characters in the comic book The Uncanny X-Men. The 27-year-old San Diego-based Portacio is one of Marvel Comics' hottest and newest illustrators. His recent book, The Uncanny X-Men, has just sold approximately 800,000 copies.
The X-Men books actually consistently outsell everything else out there. It's kind of an honor for any artist or any creative team to be part of this legacy. You mainly have to tell a story. This is a storytelling medium, so you have to be able to convey in multiple pictures what's happening. You have to show emotions. You have to be able to draw something and people will go, oh, I know what that is. Instead of looking at it and go, maybe it's... No, you don't want them to stop and try to figure it out.
And it's no doubt that Portacio has what it takes to artfully combine a suspenseful plot with action-packed illustrations, taking this form of storytelling to its fullest. Portacio began his 3. His first job as an illustrator was for a book called The Punisher, which launched his career into the industry.
Comics have become so popular. I guess what happened is in the 60s, then have grown up, and they don't want to let go of their comics. It's become kind of a collector's market. Their books, comic books, worth like hundreds of thousands of dollars. So they've had kids, so they've handed down their books to their kids. The popularity of the books have risen drastically, so that convention people who run conventions, retailers who have comic book stores that sell. There are actually across the country about approximately 5,000 comic books, and these are comic book stores that only comic books. The market has grown so large now that these people, the convention people, the retailers, find it very profitable to fly in the creative teams of the popular books to, like you said this weekend, go to a convention and sign, autograph the books, to do little drawings or sketches for the kids, you know, so they can see their favorite characters actually coming to life in front of their eyes from a sheet of blank paper.
Comic illustrator Danny Bulanadi began his career with DC Comics in 1975 and soon after switched to the competition. He is now a member of the artistic team for Marvel Comics. Bulanadi is well known for his creative genius in the forms of Captain America and the Fantastic Four.
I can, you know, show my imagination to the people that, you know, that I really love the art. I want to show that, you know, in penciling and inking. That was the one that on my mind that I want to show. Especially when we read the script, they need to ask something. We want to do it in dynamic, you know, acting or nice scene like that.
Bulanadi classifies himself as an inker, which in the industry means that he applies ink to enhance the pencil sketches of the drawings. Since photographic equipment used to produce these pages cannot successfully capture the details of pencil sketches, an inker's responsibility is to define and highlight the figures. Once that is completed, then the ink sketches are colored. And what we see is the finished product. What kind of advice would you give aspiring young artists who want to get into this type of field?
I want to inspire, you know, all the Filipino kids here that they have a Filipino artist who works for DC and Marvel Comics, and so that they will continue, you know, to practice and work for them.
Awad has been collecting comic books. His prized collection includes the works of Filipino comic artists Nestor Redondo, Alfredo Alcala, and Francisco Cuching.
I think there's two kinds of collectors. One is the one that collects the comic book because of the artist or the story. Some collect comic books because they like to think that eventually these will go up in value and have a resale. It's hard to say. It's like stocks, I guess. You never know. It can go up and it can go down. But it is an investment, no doubt about it, yes.
Another busy artist is Ernie Chan, who has been involved in the popular illustrations of characters such as the Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man, and Batman. The most current and biggest character which comes to life on Chan's drawing board is Conan.
For 20 years I've been doing Conan, but not all the way. I was off and on for maybe 6 months or so in between, somewhere around there. But I was the longest artist who stayed on Conan for so many years. Some have come and gone. So the reason for that is because I love the character and I insist on just doing Conan.
How do you like to portray Conan?
He's a masculine guy, a determined guy who doesn't accept defeat, who always in control of the situation, and he knows what he's doing, and he gets what he wants, and he always wins. He can't die, because if he dies, I will be out of a job.
Like Bulanadi, Chan began his career as an illustrator for Filipino comics and Tagalog classics. And like Nestor Redondo and Alfredo Alcala, successfully joined the ranks of Filipino comics. Combined with the artists of the next generation, we can be sure that these creative talents are bringing recognition to Filipinos in the comic book industry. In San Francisco, this is Gay Makaisa, reporting for Manila Manila.
As we salute the artistry and genius of Filipinos, we thank you once again for letting us into your home. From all of us here at Manila Manila, I'm Michelle Capuyan. Mabuhay!